everyone, it's Brianna and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a video that I kind of wanted to make for a while, and one that I kind of feel like is a subject that a lot of people would relate to and that I have a lot of experience in, which is just the idea of kind of being like stuck in a funk or like stuck in a rut, kind of just in life, whether that be like emotionally or physically or spiritually or any kind of way. But I feel like we all kind of get into these times in our lives where we can kind of just, feel stuck and like we're not really moving forward, that we're kind of like just like stagnant in our placement, kind of start making us feel kind of down, and just like for me personally can make me just feel like I'm not progressing forward, I guess, and can kind of put me in this kind of like down place where it can kind of get stuck in like anxious and depression kind of mindsets. And I think that's something that can happen to a lot of people, and that happens more and more to people as people get busier in their lives or are processing a lot in their lives, that it can get really easy to get wrapped up in a lot and forget about the basic things that help us keep, functioning, I guess, in the way we should. And a lot of times can get us stuck in these little ruts where we're just kind of like not doing anything or going the right direction, and we don't really know what to do next. This is something that happens to me every so often, probably more than I would like. Because I have quite a bit of experience with it, I put together kind of a little list of things or like ideas that kind of can help you shift out of the kind of rut mindset and push yourself out of this funk and kind of move on into what you want to be doing, the paths and plans you want to be making, and just moving on to that like happier place that I know that we all are meant to be in. So with that, I'm just gonna go right into the video. So here are my tips for how to get out of a funk. My first tip is one that goes along with an obvious thing that I haven't addressed, which is my hair. So if you've seen any of my other videos, it's very obvious probably that I cut my hair. And that goes along with my first tip, which is to change something. And right off the bat, I want to say that this doesn't have to be physical change. For me, that just kind of happened because this has been something I've been planning for a while, and something that I just felt like, for me personally, that I wanted to do for a while, so it just kind of fit along with a lot of things and showed up to me as a sign that I felt like I should do, because it was just like popping up everywhere in my life and I'd been thinking about it for a long time. I always wanted to cut my hair, but never really thought I would have the, courage, I guess, to. I've always liked my long hair, and I kind of want to make a whole video maybe addressing that, possibly just the whole image of like, not exactly hair, but like my image of hair and what that meant to me. But for the sake of this video, and one of the reasons I did cut my hair, was the idea of just changing something. I think sometimes when we get stuck in these ruts and these funky mindsets, it's just us being stuck in exactly that, like a weird mindset that just needs to be shifted and shaken up, and just little things like that can help us kind of realize that life's moving on and things are different and that we are progressing forward. And I think hair is a good one that's kind of like an easy thing for a lot of people to do, a fun thing for a lot of people to do. It's fun to like change your style up every once in a while. It can make you kind of feel refreshed. There's so many options out there. Though sometimes it's fun just to kind of go out of your comfort zone of what you've always had or what you've had for a while, and kind of just change up your perspective in the way that you're looking every day. But like I said, this definitely doesn't have to be a physical thing, and sometimes that's not healthy. So it really could be anything changing. It's really just the idea of changing something that's gonna trigger that kind of like, that something's different, kind of just like something out of the norm. So it could be like changing something in your routine, that you've gotten stuck in this kind of like monotonous thing, kind of throwing something else in there, like something fun or different, to kind of just trigger to your brain that you're doing something different for yourself or for a movement that you want to get closer to, or a change or a goal. Other good examples of that would be like, you could change something in your room. I know that when I get in a rut, sometimes I'll just like move around how my room's situated, kind of like a feng shui kind of thing, like flip where the head of my bed is, to kind of just like flip my perspective in like a way. Or I'll just start like decorating kind of differently, bringing more colors into my room, or changing the colors that my room are based off of, kind of just to flip again my perspective, kind of like bringing maybe a color of a meaning that I need more into my life or something like that. Any kind of like just like subtle shift that's gonna make a change, and be a shift or a change that you can see maybe daily or whenever, how often, that makes you feel like you're progressing and doing something for you and that you want to be doing. My next tip is a mixture of the idea of like getting outside and getting into your body. I think these are two things that for me relate a lot to like anxiety and depression. I think those are two big feelings that a lot of people can feel when they're getting into weird ruts or not feeling their emotional best or mental best. And I think a lot of times with anxiety, we end up having a lot of focus up in our heads and not feeling really connected to our bodies, and just kind of like floating up in this kind of like realm in our minds and being way too caught up in like analyzing and overthinking. And a lot of times a connection to like our bodies and feeling grounded within ourselves is what's thrown off. And so I think one thing that I found is incorporating practices that combat that feeling will really help you to kind of come down from that and feel more grounded in everyday life. Things like doing yoga, different kind of grounding meditations, even things like dancing or exercising if you like. Also like breathing exercises are a great thing that help you kind of stay more connected to your body, drop into your body. And then on the other side of that, with like the depression kind of tendencies, I feel like the going outside idea is a personal thing that helps me combat those feelings. I feel like when we feel depressed, we feel almost the opposite of what I was just saying, so we feel almost like too grounded. We can be a little bit too stuck on ourselves, too like slumped, too down, too heavy. And things that help me combat that are like going outside, you know, going on hikes, going on walks, moving your body, going out in the sun, being out in nature, being healed by nature, working with plants, gardening, swimming, you know, being like within the elements. I feel like things like that can really help us, you know, again, kind of like connecting with more, doing more, moving, being a part of something, you know, those kind of things, those practices can help us get out of our own heads and out of our own way, out of our own slumps, and help us start moving into a physical and mental place where we can be doing and feeling the things that we want to be doing and feeling. And number 3, my last tip is to do and create things that make you happy and that make you laugh. This sounds so simple, but I feel like honestly more and more these days people get wrapped up in accomplishments and success and things that we just need to be doing on a day-to-day basis, that it's easily overlooked to just put time towards things that you like and that make you happy and genuinely just laugh and smile and that you're passionate about. And I think that's very, very important. I think that if you're not doing that 100%, you will fall into a rut and you will kind of lose yourself in your, you know, soul happiness and what makes you happy. You know, we were put here to do something and to live life and to have passions and to be happy, I believe, and I think we should be doing things regularly, putting time regularly to things that make us happy and make us shine, and the things that we're passionate about to keep that fire burning. And that obviously can change from person to person, you know, like whatever makes you happy, do that more. You know, if you like to sing, if you like to dance, if you like to read, if you like to write, if you like to, I don't know, what else? Do makeup, if you like to take pictures, if you like to design. I'm saying a lot of artistic things, but you can like other stuff too. Like if you like, you know, running, if you generally like working out, or, you know, going to the movies, or like, you know, little things like that. Like just making sure that you're incorporating things in your life that make you happy. And if it's hard for you to think about something that makes you happy to incorporate while you're thinking about that, just do stuff that makes you laugh. Genuinely, you know, watch things that are funny. Laughter is, you know, the best medicine, they say, and I think that's very true. Laughing about things just makes you realize that there is more going on than what you know, are stressing about in your head, or, you know, whatever's going on. There's always a positive side to what's happening. There's always a lighter side, and we can choose that side if we decide to and if we want to. And the more that we do things that think that way and put our attention towards things that think that way in the positive way, the more our thinking will align with that, and the more I think that it'll be easy for us to start thinking that way in everyday decisions. And like just when life gets hard, it can be easy to just do what we can to work at getting to a good place again. And I think that's all, you know, we can do is to do our best, you know, and work on feeling our best for ourselves and for those around us. And I really think that's all that matters and what's most important. And those are my 3 tips that I have for you. I know that when you're feeling this kind of way, that it can be really, really difficult, honestly. Again, coming from a place that I feel like I go through this more than most people should. I think that's for a lot of different reasons, but I'm happy that maybe I can help bring a little bit more light to the idea, and maybe some different tips and mindset shifts that maybe can help a few of you who are going through this as well, or go through this often too. I know there are a lot of different things that work for a lot of different people, and I think it's good for everyone to share their tips so people who are going through this can have as many things to pick through as they can, because honestly I know what it's like to really just be searching for anything. And honestly I feel like everyone needs to find what works for them, and hopefully some of these tips can work for some of you and help you guys out. And if you have any other tips or any suggestions, I would love for you guys to share them in the comments below. Anybody's advice or tips on this would be great. If you have any advice or tips or anything to, you know, add to this kind of subject, I would love to hear it. I would love for us to be able to support each other through this kind of subject. I know it's, again, something a lot of people deal with and needs to be talked about more. Anyway, so I think that's it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure to turn that little like bell notification thing so you guys know when I make new videos, because that's how it all works now. Again, leave me a comment if you have anything to add to this video or any advice or video ideas you guys would like to see. Anyway, I think that's it. I love you guys very, very much, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.